Gonna rustle some jimmies with this one. So this video is a bit different. I'm going to explain why Nippon-Yasan lost me as a customer. Nippon-Yasan is one of the more well-known sites to import Japanese collectibles. Most notably, they get their hands on web-exclusive releases, which was the main appeal for me. I started ordering web exclusives on Nippon-Yasan in 2016 after I ramped up my figure collecting. Every figure you see in this video was purchased from this store, so I'm not just some random collector griping about their first purchase. I consider myself to have been a pretty loyal customer for a few years. There's a figure that should be in this group that is not. SH Figuarts Ultraman Titus. He released on the 26th of September 2020. I ordered and paid on the 7th of June, choosing UPS shipping. September 26th came and went. I decided to give them a couple weeks to get things together because the pandemic has been hitting shipping hard. Well, I get busy and forget about it for a month, and then open a support ticket in early November, wondering what's going on. It gets later in November with no response, so I open a new ticket. Still no response after another couple of weeks. Finally, in early December, I open a ticket to cancel the order and also file a dispute with PayPal. Unfortunately, the dispute came a mere few days too late for buyer protection, and they closed the dispute immediately. I proceeded to rail against them in messages, only to be met with stock bureaucratic responses each time. Nippon-Yasan later closed my ticket, saying they can't refund a paid pre-order because the suppliers won't accept cancellations. I reopened the ticket, explaining that the figure had already been released, and that's about where I'm still at now. I started opening refund ticket after refund ticket, one every day. However, I have since stopped because they started ignoring repeat tickets. I stopped ordering with them anyway and plan on closing my account myself if this ever concludes. I've accepted that I'll never see a Titus from them or that money again. The best thing I can do is take my business elsewhere and warn others to do the same. The funniest thing about all this is Evil Black Hole shipped immediately when it was released in late November, arriving in early December. So for whatever reason, they're refusing to admit to themselves and to their customers that they failed to secure enough stock for their pre-order, which was paid for. But no, refunds are not possible. I'll go even further. Wazginga finally released in March 2020, and they notified me of the delays and held it for a bit before doing a free upgrade to UPS shipping. So that was pretty nice, but they've probably since fired the person who did that. Can't have good customer service in the 2020s. I am partially at fault, of course. If I had been on top of this sooner, I likely would have gotten my money back through PayPal. But I probably also would have lost both Titus and Evil Black Hole. Nippon-Yasan likes to close accounts and cancel all pre-orders, paid and unpaid, where a PayPal dispute has occurred. But for the people who come here to place the blame solely on me, it's only a matter of time before this happens to you. This wasn't the only problem I had with the store, but it's so egregious that I decided I'm just done with them. If you want to gamble with pre-ordering web exclusives on Nippon-Yasan, I won't try to stop you. I just want you to understand that you are in fact putting money down in a gamble. Other common issues are extra shipping charges, slow order preparation, and terrible customer service. 2019 and especially 2020 have been absolutely horrendous years for customer support and service from this store. They also jack up prices on web exclusives if they have extra upon release. Actually, that's not even limited to web exclusives. You get a pre-order price and then you get an in-stock price, which tends to be exorbitant. If you want web exclusives from Godzilla, Ultraman, and Kamen Rider, two great alternatives are Toku-Lectables and Big Bad Toy Store, both based in the US. BBTS also carries Dragon Ball and many other franchises. Toku-Lectables specializes in Kamen Rider, Ultraman, and Super Sentai or Power Rangers. They have started carrying Monster Arts as well. Awesome Collector, also based in the US, but can ship international orders from Japan, also carries Monster Arts.